Hey YouTube, it's Joe here, and it is, what month are we in? April 2023, and it's time for another Retro Game Treasure unboxing video. I know my last video was something a little different. We would try out video games monthly, but you know, I never stopped receiving Retro Game Treasure, so I got one of these today and wanted to share the unboxing with you so you can all experience the joy. For those that aren't familiar, Retro Game Treasure is a monthly subscription box of video games. You go to their website, retrogametreasure.com. You fill out a preferences survey. You tell them what types of games you like, which ones you don't like, what systems you want consoles for. You have several options. I tend to try to stick with cartridge based because I think you're going to get the best selection, best condition, those sort of things. You can also fill in some notes if you have specific preferences on completeness for like GameCube games, for example, if you don't want to get any that are loose disc because they're very difficult to complete, things like that. I talked a little bit about a comparison between the two services in my last video, and I was looking at the preferences today, and I have to say Retro Game Treasure wins out every time. The other thing I noticed about Video Games Monthly is that they don't update their own tracker when they send you games, whereas Retro Game Treasure automatically adds the games to your list that they send you, so you don't have to worry about updating it. Video Games Monthly, as far as I can tell, didn't do that. I had to manually enter the games that they sent me. So, you know, you decide. I mean, it may be that you get better games from Video Games Monthly for around the same amount of money. So obviously that's a pro, but just as far as their website goes, it's pretty plain Jane, not very customizable. That said, I'm gonna stop rambling, open up this box, show you what I got. I haven't looked inside, I just cut the tape on it, but we'll check it out and see what's in here. All right, so first off, we got some packing material, some of these air bladder things, good to keep your games safe, but I always say the more you get, the less games are inside. All right, so this first item is definitely not a game. It feels like a add-on accessory or something like that, and it is an extension cable for the SNES. I think they sent me, or Super Nintendo, for those who don't like SNES, but I think they sent me an NES one previously. Again, I must be telling them I want these or something, I don't know, but I don't need them. I certainly don't need third-party versions of it. But anyway, moving on. All right, next game is Game Boy Advance, and it is Cars for Game Boy Advance. A racing game? Must be. Don't know, never played it. Feels like another Game Boy Advance game, and it is Monsters, Inc. I think I got one of these for like Game Boy Color or something like that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Game Boy Advance, but you know, hitting a little hard with the Disney games, and I'm pretty sure telling them I don't want children's games. I may have changed that just because there's certain games that I did want. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that, but I will check it out. And just to round it off, I got A Bug's Life for Game Boy Color, so it's like, you know, hitting all the Pixar games there, I guess. They're trying to offload those. Okay, and then what feels to be the last game is an NES game, and it is Yo! Noid. I know I don't have this. I actually was just looking at this game at the local retro game store the other day, and not with the intent to buy it as much as I was just pointing it out to my daughter, like, hey, this was a thing before you were born, the Noid. So anyway, it's a game I don't have, so that's cool. Not sure it's a great game. Don't think I've ever played it though. So that's what the inside of the box looks like. And let's do a quick recap, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on everything. So, Super Nintendo extension cable from Retrobit was the first item. Then we had Cars for Game Boy Advance. Then we had Monsters, Inc. for Game Boy Advance. And then we had Bug's Life for Game Boy Color, or Game Boy, whatever. And then Yo! Noid on NES. So what do I think of this month's haul? You know, these Disney games, there are Disney games that are good, you know, like Aladdin is good. You know, The Lion King, people have different opinions on it, but it's generally considered a good game. These ones, these kids games, I don't want them. And I wish they wouldn't send them to me, but I'll have to check and see if I'm opting in for those, or what I can do to opt out of those. The Yo! Noid one I find kind of funny. Again, probably a cheap game, not necessarily a good game, but it's one I don't have, and it's kind of fun to see. I will say, I consider this month's box not a great one, so I'm sure you'll have your own opinions on it in the comments for the video. But with that, thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos just like this one, I do one of these every month, and I just started doing video games monthly. I don't know if that's going to continue. It just kind of depends on what I get and whether I feel like it's worth having 2 different subscription boxes. But people seem to like that video, so maybe we'll keep it going. But again, thanks for watching.